Good morning! Happy Monday! It's Motivational Monday, guys. Are you excited? It's a new day. It's a new week. Time to start fresh. We're here. Good morning. Good morning, good morning. I hope everybody has their coffee or tea or whatever you may drink in the morning. I need all the coffee. But good morning, everybody. It's Monday. Like I said, it's a new day. It's a new week. Yay! Thanks for the likes, guys. So just to kind of recap from last Monday. So, and you know me, you guys. I look at my notes while I'm talking to you guys. So I can stay on track because I'm a squirrel and I will just go all over the place. But so last Monday we talked about just like pretty much holding yourself accountable, believing in yourself, understanding your why. Like, why are you doing things? Why are you going to that job every day? Why are you, doing the things you're doing? Why are you investing your time in those things? Like, because if you don't want to, then why are you doing it? You know what I mean? We talked about like just holding yourself accountable as well. And just like setting the tone for a week. You set your morning right, you set your day right. You set your day right, you set your week right. You set your week right, you set your month right. And then the next month, and then the next month, and then the next month. So it's like, what? This is crazy. Like, it's all up to you, okay? So today, though, I'm going to be talking to you guys about the fact of just believing, okay? Believing in yourself and believing that you can succeed and that you will. It's literally that simple, you guys. If you just believe it, it's gonna happen. And also, if you like obviously truly love what you're doing and all the things too. But every human wants success, right? We all want success. We all want the nice house, the nice car, the nice the nice clothes, the nice shoes, the nice rings, the nice cars. Did I say cars? I don't know. Either way, we all want that stuff. But I think a lot of people we think we either can't get it or we're afraid to get it. But the thing is that you just can't be afraid. You just have to believe and you just have to do it. And I know we live in a time where, we all get judged a lot and we're all so concerned about like the way that other people think of us and everything like that. And it's like, I have those issues too, like you guys are not the only one. I'm not the only one. Hopefully I'm not the only one that thinks that. But we all get scared, like I get scared too. Like I remember the first time that I ever tried to do a live video. Oh my gosh, I seriously almost had a freaking panic attack. I thought I was gonna die or something. I looked at the live button probably about 15 million times before I even pressed it. And then when I went to go press it and I was like, ooh, no, I just can't do it. What are people gonna think about me? Like, what's gonna happen? And it's like, now I've done it so many times that I just don't care. You know what I mean? Like, it wouldn't matter if I was like in my scrubs looking like a trash bag and I'd still get on live. Like, I don't care. But you have to do it and experience it to then get to the point where you're like, oh, it's no big deal. You know what I mean? That's the same with anything, okay? You know how people say, like, you can move mountains if you just believe? Obviously, like, you're not going to, like, pick up and move a mountain. But, hi, Laura. But as far as mountains, like your goals, your dreams, like what do you want out of life? Like your visions about life, like all types of things. Like there's so many things. You can move mountains if you just believe. Like it's so true. It's so true. Also, you can win success by believing that you can succeed. So in other words, it's like, if you want to win at something, if you want that job, that car, that house, those rings, those shoes, whatever, if you want that stuff, you have to believe that you can get it. Belief is a lot stronger than what I think people think that it is. if you believe and you love it and you know you can get there, and sometimes you have to set little goals. I know like some people will say, oh, if you set little goals, you're only going to accomplish little things. And if you set big goals, you're going to accomplish big things. I agree with that to a certain degree, but I don't at the same time, because sometimes you have to take those little steps and get those little goals to succeed. It's not always go straight to, I'm getting that car tomorrow. Well, then when tomorrow comes and you don't have the money to get that car, you're going to be extremely devastated, and it's going to knock you down. You're going to think you failed. And that's almost mentally more draining than anything. So it's like if you say, hey, today I'm going to save $200. Tomorrow I'm going to save $50. Next Tuesday I'm going to save $300. Well, then within the month, tell yourself, okay, this month I'm going to save $500 so I can put down a down payment or something on that car or that ring or that whatever you're wanting. And it doesn't even necessarily have to be a materialistic thing. It could be maybe you want to save to help homeless people, or you want to take a vacation or pay for your kid's soccer game or something like that. Like it can be other things too. But either way, believing plus confidence equals success. Like, I know a lot of us have probably heard that, and it's so much easier said than done. But when you actually believe in yourself and you have the confidence to know that you can do it, the success will come. And it may take a little while. It could take 6 months. It could take 2 years. It could take 5 years. I don't know. There's so many, like, I listen to a lot of, entrepreneurial podcasts and different things like that. Some of these people took 10 years to even get $1. You know what I mean? Let's see what Laura said. Think it to light. My grandma used to always say that, and trust it. Seriously, yeah, think it to light. That's so true. Like, you think about it, and you think the light comes to you. You know what I mean? Like, just like how I said last week, you put positive vibes out, positive vibes are going to come back to you. So that's so true, Laura. Like, think it to the light, because you can. It's so, so true. And coming from a grandmother, you better listen to her, because she's been around. She knows, she's not going to give you some BS. You know what I mean? If my grandparents were still here, I'd be listening to them every day, because they're the ones to listen to. But what is going on? Oh, I got people talking in the background. Okay. But yes, like I said, believing plus confidence equals success, right? Also, beliefs trigger the power to do it. So when you actually believe in what you're doing and you actually have the confidence in it, it literally triggers the power to actually do it. Because sometimes you do have to have a little push, and that's okay. But when you do things that trigger good things, it's like you have to get out of your comfort zone. You have to believe that, you have to truly, truly believe that these things are going to happen for you, whether it's just being positive today, or whether it is, making a bigger paycheck this week at work, or paying off that student loan or something. There's so many things, you guys, that we can do. When you actually believe, it triggers the power of success, and then you can do it. It's just crazy how it works like that. So, and also kind of going back, it says believe and really believe, and you will succeed. So it's all about belief, you guys. Really, that's why today is about believing in the fact that you can succeed, and you will, because you can. You just have to believe in yourself, and you have to have the confidence to do it. Now, I think people think that there's like some secret formula, like all these people that are entrepreneurs that have millions of dollars, or they're making, thousands of dollars a month, or whatever the case may be. You don't even have to necessarily be a millionaire. You could be making, $10,000 a month, and that's still great money. There's not hardly anybody that even does that. But I think people think that there's just some like secret formula. The funny thing is the secret, if you really want a secret formula, it's believing, and also it's you. Like, you have to want to do it. You have to get up and prove that you're a boss, and not to everybody else. Prove it to yourself. You don't need to prove it to anybody else. If you want to succeed, you succeed in your own way. You don't need to show everybody else that you're succeeding, because at the end of the day, you're going to have a whole bunch of people that believe in you, and you're going to have a whole bunch of people that don't care at all. There's always going to be haters, and you have to be prepared for that. There is a book called Building an Empire, and it says pretty much in there, he says that you have to have rhino skin. So, and it's so true, because rhinos have some tough skin. And if you want to be that boss, if you want to own your own company, if you want to do different things, you have to believe it, and you have to have rhino skin, because man, there's some mean people out here, mean. But they're just mean because either one, they're mad because you're doing things that they're not doing, or that they won't do because they choose not to. They're either mad because they're just hating because maybe you're doing or looking or whatever better than them. I mean, there's so many different things. People are so petty nowadays. Some people just hate to hate because misery loves company, and that's just what people like to do. And sometimes you just have to get over that. That there's, like I said, there's always going to be people that are going to hate. There's nothing that you can do about that. But at the end of the day, if you believe and if you have confidence, you're going to succeed. No matter what you do, you're going to succeed. And like I said, it may take time, but that's okay. It's okay that it takes time. Nothing, what do they say? Rome wasn't built in a day. So true. You know what I mean? It wasn't. Your business, your life, etc. is not going to be built in a day. It takes time. And that's okay. So there's no secret formula, you guys. It's literally just believing in yourself, having confidence, putting in the hard work, the dedication, learning, making sacrifices. Hey, sometimes, your friends or something, parents, whatever, family asks you, hey, I want to go out tonight. Let's go out and have a couple drinks, whatever. You have a choice there. You can either say no, and you can stay home and work on whatever you need to work on to get you to that place where you want to be in the future. Or you can go out and have that drink and you just spent money. You know what I mean? So now that's money taken away from your future. Now, I'm not saying you guys can't go out. I'm not saying that I don't go out. I do. I went out yesterday. I mean, come on. I went to brunch with my girlfriend. We had a good time. It was great. But I don't do that all the time because I have other visions in mind, and I have this big dreams and big goals that I want to accomplish. And going out all the time takes money away from that. And I need to put money back into my life, back into my business, and work really hard within my 20s and 30s. So that way in my 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, I don't have to work at all. Like, you have to think about the future. You know what I mean? But that's pretty much, really, that's what it comes down to. When you have belief and you have confidence, it equals success. When you think doubt, most of the time, failure is going to come into the universe. And that when you're negative, when you think that things aren't going to happen, when you just a negative mindset, you guys. When you think that way, negative things are going to come to you. Like, you can't put out negative vibes and think that, oh, yeah, my life's going to be perfect, or today's going to go great, or whatever. It's like, no, you can't do that, because when you put out negativity is going to come back to you. So it's all about the mindset. It's all about how you're thinking about the situation. Yes, it's Monday. If anybody lives in St. Louis here, because I have some people on my Facebook that don't, but it's gloomy, it's rainy, it's, not pretty outside. There's no sun. It was beautiful yesterday, but today is like, ugh, you know what I mean? But it's like, nobody wants to get up and go to work in this awfulness. Like, it's terrible. But at the same time, it's about your mindset, you guys. You still have to get up. Like, I have to be at work at 9 o'clock. You know what I mean? Like, you still have to get up. You still have to do your thing. And when you're positive about it, the day is going to be positive. It's just all about the way you think about it. And it's that easy. Belief, confidence, the way you think, success will come. It'll all come. The things you want, the things you need, whether it doesn't even, like I said, have to be materialistic things. It could be a relationship that you're looking for. It could be maybe you've been trying to have a baby for a really long time, you know? I mean, there's so many things. There's so many things. Maybe you're trying to write a book and you're trying to get inspiration. I don't know, you know? I'm just, rambling things off. But there's so many things. Also, our brain has like two sides. You know, they say we have like an angel on one side, a devil on the other. Well, it's kind of true. But in the way that I'm going to explain it, you have triumph on one side and defeat on the other. So when you think that you can triumph, when you think that you can get this done, do this, build this empire, buy this car, get this for your wife, your husband, whatever you're trying to do. If you believe that you can do it, and if you put in the work to do it, because you guys, getting the things that you want is not easy. It takes time, and it takes hard work, dedication, sacrifice. It is what it is. There's nothing around that. Nobody ever said that life was supposed to be easy, okay? So, but if you believe that you can do that stuff, triumph is going to happen. You're going to triumph. You're going to win. You're going to succeed. But there's also another side of us that is defeat. And that really sucks sometimes, you know? We think, oh, geez, I don't know if I can do that. Or, oh, man, this is going to be really hard. Or, oh, yeah, no, it's just my luck that this isn't going to happen. Or this, that, or the other. There's so many reasons why we get down on ourselves. But you know what? That's just kind of a part of life, and it's all about pulling yourself out of it. And that's really what it comes down to. So try to think with the positive, I'm going to triumph, I'm going to do it, I'm going to win type attitude. Think with that side of the brain. Defeat, kick that person out. Whether you want to think of it as a girl or a guy or a nothing or whatever, just kick defeat out of your head, because you can do it. You can do whatever you want, but you have to put in the work to do it, right? Also, thinking success and not thinking failure, which is pretty much what we talked about. So there's 3 steps to helping you understand the power of belief, okay? So I'm going to tell you those 3 steps. So the first one is think success, don't think failure, which is pretty much what I just talked about. 2 is remind yourself on a regular basis that you are better than you think you are. I think we all get down on ourselves a lot sometimes. And don't get me wrong, I do it too. But we have to get ourselves out of that mindset, and we have to remember that we are better than what we think we are. Look at all the things that you've already accomplished already. You know, I don't know what those things may be, but we've all accomplished something in our lives, so be grateful that those things have happened. And where were you when those things were happening to you? What kind of mindset were you in when you were doing those, when you were accomplishing those successful tasks? Where was your mind? And if you need to go back to that place, you may not obviously need to go back to the past and think about maybe things that happened back then, but you can think about where you were in those successful moments and where your mindset was, and maybe that's where you need to go again. But just know that you are better than what you think you are, and you have to tell yourself that. You have to truly believe that you are better than what you think you are. Because trust me, you guys, I have my down moments too. I think, oh my gosh, oh, how am I going to do this? Or, man, I don't know. This is tough. Or I can't. Like, you know, there's just so many things, but you're so much better than that. And you just have to get yourself out of it. You have to get yourself out of that mindset. You are so much better than what you think you are. And you just have to remind yourself that on a regular basis, okay? The other part, or the third part, is believe big. So there we go again with that believe word, you guys. Believe big, okay? Yes, you may have to do little things to get yourself there. Or, hey, you never know. You could do big, like start off big and get there. You never know what can happen, but if you don't try, you're never going to know. And I think so many people are so afraid to try because they're so afraid to fail. But don't worry about that. The moment you start thinking about that you're going to fail, I don't want to say you're going to, but it's a big possibility, okay? So stop thinking like that. Just do it, believe that you can do it, and you will, but it does take time. It does, and it is hard sometimes. Trust me. I know, okay? But it's a mindset thing, okay? So you just have to think big. Also, only you can make things happen. Only you can make things happen, okay? You can't rely on Susie down the street, Daryl up the road, Tom at work. You know what I mean? Those people aren't going to do anything for you. Yes, they may be good friends, good coworkers, bosses, family, whatever. But at the end of the day, they're not you and they're not in your life and they have their life to worry about. So the last thing that they're really concerned about is what you're doing unless you're affecting things in their life. So only you can make things happen for you, okay? And you just have to remember that. If you do want to be successful, if you do want your own business, if you do want to do a live podcast, if you do want to write a book, if you do want to travel the world, if you want to have a family and have babies and do all the things, you have to do that. You have to take it into your own hands and do it. Again, everybody's thinking that there's some secret formula to all of this life stuff. There's not. And every day, you guys, we all learn something new. I'm not perfect. I'm human. I do not do everything right. I am learning as I go, and I'm just taking you guys on the journey with me, okay? A lot of this is difficult for me too. You know, it's a lot of studying, a lot of reading, a lot of knowledge. And you guys, I'm not in school, okay? Like whenever I was in massage school and beauty school, I studied then, you know? But the crazy part is that being your own boss and being an entrepreneur and wanting to be successful puts in a lot of hard work, and it takes a lot of hard work, and it is very stressful sometimes, but you have to remember the big picture and why you're doing it. Just like last week when we talked about your why. Like, why are you getting up in the morning and going to that job? Is that job doing something for you, or are you just doing it because it's paying your bills? I mean, you know what I mean? Like we have such little time on this planet that you need to be doing things that make you happy. And I know sometimes that work, that job that you're at that you may not like or whatever, you need to have it because you need to pay your bills. And I totally understand that, you guys. I still work, okay? I know. But also do other things to make you happy, so then that way eventually you don't have to do that job anymore. Like, start focusing on yourself, because in the big scheme of things, that corporate company you're working for, you're making money for them. And you're getting a tiny portion of that in a paycheck to then pay all your bills and be broke again. And that's not cool. Like, so do something else, and it may take some hard work for a couple years or whatever, but do something else as a side hustle or whatever, so that way you can build your empire instead of building somebody else's empire. And then before you know it, in the next few years, all that hard work's going to pay off, and you can quit that job and be your own boss. I mean, the decision's yours, but it takes hard work and dedication, and the only person that's going to fix your situation is you, and you just cannot forget that, okay? Remember, believing plus confidence equals success. You are the only person that's going to change things. And I know I'm kind of repeating myself, but it's so true, and sometimes people need to hear it in a different way to understand that you really can succeed if you really want to. But really, other than that, you guys, so that is from, because I took a quote out of this book last week, and it's called The Magic of Thinking Big. And I took a quote out of it, I think it was last Monday. And I just love the way that this book is. So actually, I have been having Chad read it to me at night. Like, so together we're reading it. So there is a ending to this chapter that, because you guys know I always end on a quote of some sort. So there's an ending to this chapter that I really, really like. We'll turn that down a little bit. But so this is pretty much what I'm gonna end on. It says, nothing, absolutely nothing in this life gives you more wait. Hold on a second. Is this the same one? Absolutely nothing. Okay, yeah. Okay. Sorry. It says nothing, absolutely nothing in this life gives you more satisfaction than knowing you're on the road to success and achievement. And nothing stands as a bigger challenge than making the most of yourself. Which I think is so, like, the way that first of all, the chapter alone is incredible. Believing that you can succeed and you will, that's already big words right there all on its own. But then ending it, before you even get to chapter 2, ending it on that is just incredible. So I'm going to read it again. It says, nothing, absolutely nothing in this life gives you more satisfaction than knowing you're on the road to success and achievement. So just that right there, nothing gives you more satisfaction than knowing you're on the road to success. When you have that fulfillment in your life, when you're doing something that you actually love, when you feel like you have a purpose and you're actually helping people, it's one of the most incredible feelings ever. And there's like almost no other way to explain it because of the way it feels. It's just an incredible feeling, okay? And nothing stands as a bigger challenge than making the most of yourself. So in other words, what that's saying is that it's hard, okay? Nothing stands as a bigger challenge than making the most of yourself. It is extremely difficult, you guys, to make the most out of yourself. But when you know that you're on the road to something, your purpose, your fulfillment, your success, whatever that is, when you know that it's going to come, you have something to look forward to. But it is hard to find yourself, and it is hard to make the most out of yourself, you know? So that's pretty much in a nutshell what that is really saying, is that there's nothing more satisfying than knowing you're on the road to success, but nothing stands as a bigger challenge than making the most of yourself. But like I said, it's all up to you to do that. It's all up to you, you guys. So that's my Monday motivational live podcast. But I hope you guys have a lovely day. Remember, if you guys like this book, if you like that first chapter, I'm going to be talking about this book for a little while, at least obviously until it's over, because I just wanted to go over chapter 1 with you guys, but this book gets better and better as you go, and I'm pretty much kind of giving you the cliff notes as we go on all of our Mondays, because it's the magic of thinking big, you guys. It's not... I'm not doing this just to do it. I'm doing it because I think that Mondays need to start off on a better foot, a more positive vibe. And hey, you got to set the tone. You know, like I said, you set the tone in the morning, it sets it for the day. You set it for the day, sets it for the week. The week sets it for the month, and the month after that, and the month after that. And knowledge is power. I don't know how many times I have told that to you guys too. Knowledge is power, okay? And it's up to you to make a difference. So instead of today being mad because it's gloomy and you got to go to work, be happy because you woke up this morning. Be happy that you have a warm car to get into. Be happy that you have that job to go to, even if you don't like it. And remember, if you want to change that, then it's up to you to do that. And, you got to put in some hard work and dedication, and maybe do it as a side hustle until it gets big enough to where you can, quit the job that you may not like. Because actually 1 in 3 people, or 1 in 4 people, statistically, 1 in 4 people hate their job. So that means if literally 3 other people were in this room with me right now, at least one of us hates our job. And that's extremely sad. So I don't want you guys to hate your job. I want you guys to love your life. And I want you guys to love Mondays and look at them in a totally different way. And I'm super excited just to take you guys on this journey. Again, thank you all so much for all your support and your love and, giving me feedback and all of that. I absolutely love it. I love you guys. And really, you guys, that's it. Okay? Hope you guys have a lovely rest of your Monday. Have a good day at work, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.